Hi guys, this is Scribs. Today I'm going to start showing you a little bit more than one build at a time. Sometimes I still will, but for now what I want to do is show you several mechs of the same build. Other times I might want to show you, the several builds that you can do on a mech that I like, and I'll probably do that for the Flame next to cover all of my dragons. The dragons I initially leveled up, basically most of them with this particular build, with some slight variances. I call it the Power Blaster because, as you can see here, I've got different weapons that combine together for great effect. And that was the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. They had the power weapons, and they'd combine them into the Power Blaster, which had like 5 different barrels, and they used it maybe 3 or 4 times, I think. So I've got the Ultra 5 here. This was the original build. Ultra 5 is very high DPS. It's not too bad on heat unless you don't get a jam, but the thing with the ballistics are they're very heavy, so if I were to put in another ballistic, like say I were to put in 2 AC5s, I couldn't have all the other weapons, or I'd have to drop the engine down. So I can keep this speed and this amount of firepower by balancing it out. Energy weapons, on the other hand, in this case 2 medium pulse lasers, sometimes I have a few medium lasers. Energy weapons are very low tonnage investment, especially for the mediums, but very high heat. So 2 of them is pretty easy to manage, or even 3 or 4 with a small amount of heat sinks. But if I were to boat medium lasers, as you see in other mechs, I need a lot of heat sinks to compensate. And then SRMs. Simply, SRMs are very, very powerful, but very, very limited in range. If I'm at, 300 meters on a medium laser, or, 250 or whatever on a medium pulse laser, I can still do some damage, but if I'm at 271, my SRMs instantly drop to 0. So they're nice there for the added punch when they're available, but the fact I'm not boating them isn't a big deal. So I only have a 29.9 alpha, and each weapon only constitutes maybe 5 or 10 to 12, 12.9 damage, but overall it adds up. This is a very easily sustained build. I only have 3 double heat sinks, and I'm at 1.63 heat management. I like having the ballistic and the lasers in the arms, or at least having some lasers in the arms and some in the torsos, you'll see on the others. And having them on opposite sides, it makes it very easy for me to hit things. It makes it easy for me to use cover left or right, and I can still do some damage. And then the SRMs in the center, I find it's easier to hit with SRMs that are in the torsos than ones that are in the arms, especially on the actuated arms like this. I find when I'm leading targets at extremely close range and when they're moving pretty quick, ones in the arms tend to go wide, but ones in the torsos tend to hit where I want it to. So let's look. The Fang, same thing, same idea, except I went with the AC-10 because it's quirked for it. Extra 15% cooldown. This one has 3 mediums instead of 2 medium pulse, and it has the 1 SRM-6. Dragon 1N was my original favorite. As you can see, 2 SRM-4s, which is actually what I use on a lot of the other ones. SRM-4s they're faster than SRM-6. They have a tighter group than SRM-6, and I have more missiles. This is quirked for the AC-5, gives it a little bit extra cooldown, and like the 5N, 2 medium pulse lasers here, because, well, I don't see the point in just putting 2 mediums on, but the medium pulse do a decent punch. The 1C, this one has more lasers than any other Power Blaster build I run. It has 4 medium lasers. As you can see, I've put in more heat sinks to compensate for that. And this one doesn't have any specific weapon quirks, and I figured since I've got them in the others, I'll go with the LB-10. Now, on the IS mechs, that's okay if it's quirked for it, but on the clan mechs, I will always go for the Ultras, just because the Ultras do more DPS, and they work with the targeting computers. On the Centurion D, I've gone ahead and put an AC-2 on it, and that's just for tonnage. Originally I had an Ultra 5, but that's because I forgot to put this 54 armor on the center torso. I was dying a lot really fast because I had 0 armor on my front CT. Once I fixed that, I didn't have the weight for the Ultra 5. 2 medium lasers, they're not in the arm, so this is kind of a weird version of this build. But still, 2 medium lasers, 2 SRM-4s, and an AC2. And so this one does alright. The AC2 lacks the punch of a 5 or a 10, but it's still pretty decent on this mech. And then the heavy metal. 2 AC5s, so I did double up on the ballistics, but this is a 90-ton mech, so it can handle that. Still 3 medium pulse, 3 SRM4s. Wasn't a whole lot of point in trying to get much else. Standard engine, which is unique for this style of play. And the only other mech that I could think of would be the Bushwhacker High Roller. All of the others don't have the hard points in the location I want, or don't have the actuators on the arms that give me the mobility that I want. And that's why you're not going to see me do this build with a AC20, is because IS AC20 won't fit on an actuated arm. And you're not going to see me do this build with a gauze because it's kind of hard to hit with the gauze rifle when you're brawling. At least for me. I mean, some people are good with it, they can do the skill shots, but that's just me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a drop in each of these. So that's going to be 6 drops. It's going to make this a little bit of a longer video, but I'm going to try and show you different builds on the same mech or different mechs of the same build, and just kind of show you some of the things I like. We'll start with the Dragon 5N. It might look a little bit hot because that's going to be the first time I've ever run this. I initially didn't buy it when I was leveling my dragons, as I may have said earlier. I didn't like the hard points, and at the time it didn't have quirks. So let's go ahead and do a drop in this one, and then we'll pick up from there. So here we are on Polar Highlands Domination. This is my first ever drop in this mech. I just realized I have enough GXP. I could just bang it out to Mastered as is, but I don't really see a point in using my GXP for that. I started late into this drop because, as you can see, it's a minute and a half in, and I'm just now getting to the circle. And now I'm probably going to just be sitting here waiting for my allies to catch up. I am in the Light Lance, in a heavy. We have 2 lights and a medium, and everything else is heavy or assault. So as a dragon, I can get here pretty quick, but the rest of the heavies don't exactly have that luxury. And the assaults definitely don't have that luxury of being as light and as high engine as I am. So you can see my weapon groups here. It's not really hard to figure out how to group my weapons. I've got just a small handful of them.
Acquired.
I guess we're starting to trade. Shot from behind. Must have been a bad shot from one of our guys. Those supernovas look awesome. UAV up, I'll try and take it out. First time I've ever hit it on the first couple of tries with my ballistic. Usually pretty good at it with lasers. One thing about the UAVs is don't aim for the jets, because then you're going to be shooting under it.
New target acquired.
If you're thinking, duh, then that comment wasn't for you. That was for people who don't know that. Okay, so I can the laser. The other thing about UAVs is always hit Q first. If you see blue above it, don't shoot it. That's yours. One thing that's happened a lot to me, it's happened less so since I've gone into Tier 2, is people shooting their own UAVs down because they don't check and see if it's theirs or not.
New target acquired.
Far away is it? Okay, no. And like I said before, I'm a 16-ton mech. Dragons I consider to be glorified mediums, so I'm not going to be poking against these guys. Which is kind of funny that the Dragon's a glorified medium, because I consider the Centurions and Hunchbacks to be modified heavies. Either way, Dragon plays more like a medium and the others play more like a heavy. This is a pretty boring
let's
match
back
so
out of
far, but
H8
nothing's gone
and
on
circle
yet.
around through IR and H9. Lots of cover that way.
They're pushing the opposite direction right now.
There's another Dragon, looks like, yeah. Another Dragon 5N.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
You guys ready? Assault's
Here.
going in.
New target
Going.
acquired.
Let's push it.
Affirmative.
New target
Supernova, get him.
He's behind cover. Still got several hits from the AC5.
Dragon.
Oh, hey, I did get him. Oh, he's a little forward.
target destroyed.
Ha! I got the kill.
Watch the left, watch the left.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Kilo. Never mind.
Supernova. Please, down.
You guys going in?
Golf,
What are you
Kodiak.
doing? Guys, stop walking around. Get in there.
We're here.
And time to go back down.
Torso.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
3 left. It's all yours. Get in there. Get them.
Acquired.
So you can see, even with no skills, how cool this build is running.
Good job, guys.
Quarter of the way there.
Where's the last guy?
Probably AFK.
Nice push.
Command is happy to hear of your success.
Nice
and
job.
achievements on the surface.
So, we'll see how I did in this one. I feel like I did a lot of damage. Again, despite the seemingly small amount of weapons that I have, it took us a little bit to get in there. 294 damage, which isn't a whole lot, but you saw I destroyed 4 components, I got 3 killing blows, 5 assists, got to touch a lot of things, and this is a basic mech with no skills at all. First time I've ever dropped in this mech. You saw 1 jam from the UACs, maybe 2. And I know there's some points I didn't play perfect, but still, I did... Wow, we didn't have a whole lot of people who did damage outside of our Charlie Lance. But still, 3 kills, 5 assists. So, now let's show you the next one, which will be the Fang. So we're on Crimson Straight Escort. This is the Fang. And I've got a little bit lower engine, but I think I'm faster than my 5N right now just because my 5N doesn't have speed tweak. Like I said, it's tempting to grab that with GXP, but I don't see a point in doing that when I can just level it and farm up some C-bills, which I need and I'm gonna need in a new system, at least as far as it's proposed. So right now I'm going for Epsilon by myself, which is probably a fool's errand. Maybe I'll do a good job here and I won't have to hide this video too. This is my second drop in the Fang since I started.
Target acquired.
Ah, come on. Definitely hitting him.
CT's open.
Target destroyed.
Ah, got him. Okay, time to win.
Acquired.
There's several mechs out by Epsilon.
Yeah, I'm running away from Epsilon.
Yeah, me too. At least we got their locust.
Or at least one of them. They also have a large laser raven over there.
That's a lot easier to run in circles around.
Okay, but if our Kodiak's going there, I'm going to follow our Kodiak there. The only thing worse in this game than a bad plan is everybody following a different good plan. So if somebody's doing something you don't think it's a good idea, support them, because it's better than them going by themselves and dying, and then you sticking with what you were doing and dying as well.
Need assistance?
There's a black man crossing, coming right across the water.
Target destroyed.
Okay, there's another. And another one bites the dust. And another one down, and another one down. Okay, so I know Freddie Mercury.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Target acquired.
Two assaults that are out at Epsilon. We really
He's
need
a
you
little
back on
outside
the
my
line.
range.
We have gained Epsilon.
Miss. Hit. I hope that wasn't my friendly.
New target acquired.
Time for me to move. 94 kph is maybe not necessarily the absolute
Target
fastest. And I got an assist, so I
New
did.
target acquired.
But it does get me pretty decent.
Some Marauder back here. That's alone.
Trying to get Serpentine. Unfortunately, I can't get up there
New
that
target
easy.
acquired.
I might as well go for the smaller. He's by himself.
Target destroyed.
Hostiles have collected 50%
New
of their
target
resources.
acquired.
Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
Oh, an
They
Irby.
have
New
resource
target
point gamma.
acquired.
But my theory is that the Urban Mech is the greatest mech in the game because nobody will shoot at you if you're in one. Oh, and there I go. I died. But I did 389 damage and got 2 kills. So I did a
Do you
decent
have a light
job.
that can go get
I'm going
signal?
to show you this one.
Another light, rather.
I'm going to go ahead and end the recording because if I show you the entire game, it's just going to go on too long. But you can see the amount of firepower that I have. And next, we will show you the Dragon 1N with the AC-5s. So, here we are, Dragon 1N on Grim Plexus skirmish mode. If you're wondering about the Fang, we lost that round, and it was pretty boring. It ended up being a cap battle where 2 of our lights were running around trying not to get noticed, and they were doing okay. It's just we were too far behind in both kills and points, so they really had no chance of catching up. I'm glad I didn't show you the rest of it because it would have been a waste of your time. Alright. Hey, another dragon. Another Dragon 1N. Wow. Dragons aren't very popular, so I'm surprised I've seen so many today. And so many of the same one that I've been running, because we had another 5N against us when I ran the 5N. And our dragon just disconnected. Uh-oh. Well, so much for that other dragon.
Let's go up to that Gamma 7 area.
Okay, we're starting to get ahead of our assaults.
New target acquired.
Yeah. Just wait here for everybody to get together. No, it's not. That's why we need to get up to those buildings on Gamma 7. Gamma 8.
Go, go, go.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
That is not somebody I want to be trading with.
Focus Delta.
Around a little bit.
Target
A
destroyed.
whole lot of shooting. Okay, he's dead.
Focus Foxtrot.
And I
New
missed.
target acquired.
Let's see if he's shooting up to over here. And he was.
New target acquired.
Got a hit on him. Our assaults are catching up. That's good.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
If you can, hotel. Start twisting around a little bit. Show them my right side, which is armored still. Come back. I don't think I have a shot there.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
See, now that I'm hurting in court a little bit, it's time to play a little bit safe. If there was a lot more buildings in cover, then I'd be using those. Got lights hitting us in the back, Golf 7.
New target acquired. New target.
Personally, I'd rather go after a Kodiak that's going to probably not be
The
looking
enemies
at
are half
me as
depleted.
much.
Keep pushing.
I can push everything.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired.
Oh, come on.
New target acquired.
And lights are a little bit harder to hit with this kind of a build, but
New target acquired.
you still can. They have one left. Wonder if he's AFK or not.
You're welcome.
Any idea what's left?
And good job on that push wrapping around those buildings.
Yeah, it was good that we all got together and we just put them down.
Oh, it is a disco.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Well, didn't get the kill, but got a little bit of damage on him. And let's see how we did.
Great game, guys.
$425 damage, 1 kill, 8 assists, a solo kill, 2 KMDDs. And these are what I really look at. Like, the kills are nice and the assists are nice, but it's the KMDDs and especially solo kills that tell me how well I'm doing. Lots of C-bills, team stats, 425. Our lights did some work. Our whole team did some work except for our other dragon. Only death on our team. Okay, time to show you the next one. So here we are on Grimplex's skirmish again. except this time we're in the 1C. This one should be a little bit better at hitting lights. You might see a build similar to this when I get around to doing my flame. I'm going to show you a couple of builds. It's a very popular build for the flame, but I actually haven't ran it. I've preferred the AC-20 because the flame's the only one that can do that as far as dragons go. Because it has the ballistic in the left torso instead of in the arm. It's also a pretty nice mounting point for it, so it's not too bad. So I'll show you that when I get to the flame. I'll also show you my large laser build, my energy brawler build, probably show you the gauze build. There's a lot of different builds for it. The two that I really like are the large laser and the AC-20 though. So as you can see, this dragon's a little bit slower than some of my others. I'm only moving 87.1 instead of 90s and sometimes 100s, which I can hit in the others. Don't want to get too aggressive here, but let's see.
New target.
I found them.
Not more exposures. Let them come to
Incoming
us.
missile. Warning, incoming missile.
They got a long range gets back here around H.
New target acquired.
They're starting to move up.
New target acquired. Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
Foxtrot Supernova.
Target destroyed.
Come on, people, GN, focus fire.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
Target destroyed.
So far, so good.
New target acquired. New target.
They're starting to take the high ground.
New target missile.
Is that our UAV is there? There's
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
You can push now, guys. Come on, let's push G7.
New target acquired.
I'm gonna chase this huntsman down. I'm stuck. I hate being stuck. It's one of the things that annoys me most about this game is when you get stuck on something and then a mech glitches out and won't move.
New target acquired.
Got him.
New target
Hey, there's an assault
acquired.
over here. Look the other way.
New target acquired.
And that look. Last guy. Ah, I didn't get the shot off. Oh well.
Well done.
That was a pretty good run. I actually did good in my last match. I just was unhappy with how I died because, again, I got stuck on something, and I hate when that happens. You glitch up on a rock and you can't move. But in this one, 3 kills, 5 assists, 411 damage. I mean, my damage totals aren't, like, awe-inspiring in these, but in 6 component destructions, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, compared to my team, you know, most kills on a team, and I did pretty decent damage. I got out-damaged by some people, but my match score is still pretty good, I think. So that's it for the Dragons. Time to move on to the Centurion, and then the Heavy Metal. So here we are on Escort, on Tourmaline Desert, and we're looking for the VIP. We'll see how this one goes. Escort's usually, I don't know, sometimes it's basically assault and then you kill the VIP, or sometimes it's just weird. But,
Acquired.
as you can see, 104.5 kph. I could drop some heat sinks and go about 113. That's about the fastest I'd want to go. I feel if you put too big an engine, I mean, this one I can put a, like, alright, they're in Golf 5, protecting that one. I can put up to a 390 in this mech, but I don't think that I even have the tonnage available to handle something like that, so I'm not even going to try.
Target spotted.
And we're not going there. I'm not going to be the only person who pushes somewhere.
We're receiving
target
reports that the
acquired.
enemy's VIP mech is 25% of the way to the evac zone.
And right now I'm just touching things, trying to get credit for assists when they die.
New target acquired.
It felt like a lot of damage, but I mean, it was probably like 20 damage considering that I'm using an AC2.
Enemy VIP round Golf 6 to Fox 6.
New target acquired.
Large laser light in Echo 7.
Warning.
They have an assault in Echo 6.
New target acquired.
If we can all push down into that bull, we can hit the VIP. He's not very well protected. So I'll probably keep this match in, but I want to do another match to actually show what this thing can do in a non-VIP kill scenario. I mean, we didn't kill too many of them. 257 damage, 1 kill assist. Didn't get the kill most damage dealt. I mean, that's the problem with Escort is, you know what, we won, we completed the objective, and I mean, I was, I think, integral in that. I did a lot of damage to him. 91,000 C-bills. I think that's one of the reasons why most people hate this mode. So I will do one more match on this mech. See that in just a sec. So dropping into the second round in the CN9D. This one's assault mode on Frozen City. I'm going to follow the assaults. I'm going to flank with them. I can dish out a lot of DPS in this mech, but I can't take a whole lot. So I want to follow the assaults. I want to use their armor, get the enemy distracted, and then flank them, or get the enemy to focus on something else and use up a lot of their heat, and then just kind of try and take them down from there. Match I didn't show you earlier because I made a mistake, and if I make a huge flub, I'm not going to show you that match. I positioned myself very wrong and ended up just getting creamed after getting a couple of kills. And the reason I got one of my kills is because someone walked up, shot me, shut down, and then I just got, 10 seconds to just do a whole bunch of DPS into his face. And if I get that amount of time and you're not firing back, I mean, this is a very well-balanced, very heat-efficient build.
New target acquired.
You got lights in Delta 6, at least like 3 or 4.
There's something behind me. Okay. So keep an eye on the back. And the light, and the light.
Enemy's got a UAV up.
Oh, it made a nice jump. Get your back, watch your back. We're going to handle the lights. Assaults and heavies, please stay focused.
Target acquired.
And I'm not going to chase him anymore, even though I'm pretty quick. I'm not a very good light hunter. That Jade Kite, on the other hand, I would like to go after.
New target
Golf
acquired.
with you.
Black Fox, light, get Fox from down.
No longer.
He's dead, now let's go after Golf. Where is Golf? There's Golf. A few hits on him, I can't get my weapons to bear, so once again I am missing the arm lasers.
Target destroyed.
A lot of damage into him. Didn't get much damage on him.
New target acquired.
And he backs off.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
This is probably the wrong angle to take.
Warning, incoming. New target acquired.
Just gonna keep running through rather than trying to stop. And then, oh, and he is falling. Okay. Go around now, and I'm going to leave
New
him.
target acquired.
Go after this Warhammer.
I'm just pocket.
Lost my shield arm apparently.
Damage.
That's not where I want to go. That's where I want to go. Just when you're in a fast mover, try and be unpredictable. Come up from angles they don't expect. Just basically try not to be in their line of sight.
Oh, got one small postal in the left.
Doing some decent damage. I'll need to use my right arm as a shield if I can. There's 2 left. One of one's near their base, the other one
Target
is there.
acquired.
He's probably looking
Enemy
at them.
base is
So
being
this is
captured.
probably where I want to go. Oh boy.
We got another shot at
At me, but I was able to use that arm as a shield like I said I wanted to.
the guy. Wait, see with that Shadow Cat one?
And I am leg. But I've still got all my firepower.
Yes, nice work.
Critical damage. Heat
Shadow
sink
Cat's left.
destroyed.
I am Cordell Heck. I got 19% of my mech
Target
remaining.
acquired. Enemy base is being captured.
And I got another kill
Nice job, Al.
with 19% of my mech. So, that deserves a screenshot just for how much I have left. Still have all my firepower. 463 damage, 9 assists, a kill. No solo kills or kill most damage dealt, so I spread my damage around pretty well. And when you're in a lighter mech, you can kind of tend to do that. Team stats, let's see here. Top damage in my lance, although that's a bunch of lights. Pretty good overall. Third on damage. Our awesome 8V, probably an LRM boat, because that's how I have mine, and that's how much damage I usually do in my awesome LRM boats. Now let's show you the heavy metal, and then we'll be done with this video. So,
Already
we're
got
back.
two-headed Epsilon.
We're in the heavy metal. Dual AC5, dual SRM4, triple Millennium Pulse. I want to get a nice run where we can secure a lot of kills and get that heavy metal music. This is one time I'm going to break my rule where I said I wasn't going to try and do, you know, a whole ton of matches, but I want to get that heavy metal sound. And
I see we're a bit drop heavy this time.
as good as this build is at doing damage, it's not super great at securing kills. So I haven't been getting a whole lot of kills. Usually I'll either do a lot of damage and get no kills because the team's staying together and somebody else gets the kill before me. Maybe they run in front of me because they're faster. Or we're doing well and I don't get the kill because
Target destroyed.
it's happening, you know, I can't really get engaged. Like right there, I couldn't really engage. So
One assault down.
my speed is a minor factor, and then anytime I do get a kill, it's usually because I'm going one on two, and I'll kill one of them, and then the other will kill me. So
New target acquired.
Command confirming that we have possession
Target
of
destroyed.
How many
this
of them?
match so far, I'm not having much luck at getting stuff killed. But we're gonna push out. Let's see here. Maybe we can go around and get Theta. If we can get a big fight going, maybe I can steal some kills from the others.
New target acquired.
See, right now the fight's happening too far away from me.
I would leave Beta alone, guys. You've got no support there.
Now, assaults, let's try and get there, but wait for the assaults.
25%.
New target acquired.
We do need to capture something else. We're falling behind here.
Yeah, let's go
need
get
to go
Theta,
out.
but, you know, as a group, not one at a time.
We don't really have any lights.
We've got 2 lights. They need to spread out.
Yeah, light spread out. Ignore Theta. Let the
New
heavies take care of
target
Theta.
acquired.
And if it's too hot for you, run away. Don't try and fight them.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
I want to shoot my guy.
New target. target destroyed. New target acquired.
Well, I noticed our murder ball just ran right past Zeta.
Yeah, and we murdered them.
Resource point Beta is ours. Enemy forces have Sigma.
They have at least one assault at Sigma, if I remember right. Yep.
They capped it too fast. They've got to have a couple of guys at Sigma.
Okay, I'm slowly heading there in my Highlander.
Target spotted.
Alpha's a shadow cat out there.
New target acquired.
See, my dragon would be there already, but I'm not in my dragon. I'm going this way because I'd rather try and cut them off. I'm not the best sniper. It's actually, I think, probably the thing I'm worst at is sniping. I'm pretty good at a lot of other things, but sniping is not one of
New
them.
target acquired.
See if I can't get another kill or two here.
They're almost there. Stop them at all costs.
Lights, why are you following us?
Lights, get your fucking ass out there!
Go get Gamma.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
Well, he killed himself, so I'm not getting that kill. Or that one.
Critical.
I'm not gonna get that one either, probably.
Halfway to victory. We need to keep holding on to our resource points.
Override engaged. Destroyed.
There we go. And as soon as we cap this, we should wait.
Lights, move out to Gamma.
We've gathered enough resources. This trial
And that is the heavy metal with this build. Got 4 kills, I think, and we'll see how much damage. $447 damage, so not the most damage I've gotten in this thing today, but definitely a good amount of kills. No solo kills, which is interesting. No kill most damage dealt, but I hit a lot of things, did a lot of damage. I've had some 800, 600 damage matches today. This thing's been pretty fun. So I'm gonna end this video here. Next time I'll probably do my flame, and after that maybe the power blaster build on some of my clan mechs. My longer videos I'll probably do like 1 a weekend. My shorter videos I'll try and get 2 a weekend, like my last couple. We'll showcase some of the different stuff that I can do, some of the different builds I can make, and hopefully you find them enjoyable and or you like some of the build ideas I use and you can use them for yourselves. If you have any comments about my builds or any advice for me as a player, go ahead and let me know. Thank you.